Now, Virat Kohli spoke about the game changers in this game. Let's first have a look at the game changers that we have picked for you. The three Pakistani game changers that we will talk about. Here are the three Pakistani guys who can potentially be bring up big challenges for India. Number one, Shaheen Afridi. Number two, Babar Azam. And the third person, of course, if you have been watching a lot of PSL or Pakistan Super League, you would have heard a lot about him, Mohammad Rizwan. Let's also have a look at on the three potential game changers for India. On number one would be Jasprit Bumrah, KL Rahul and Ravindra Jadeja. We have our experts on the show to discuss about the potential game changers of both the teams. Sharda Ugra, senior sports journalist, joins me on the show. I'll also be joined by Shahid Hashmi. He's a senior journalist from Pakistan, and Indian fan Sanchit Desai. Sharda, to you first, the three game changers of Pakistan, Shaheen Afridi, Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. Do you agree with our list or not?
Yeah, completely. It's hard to argue with a list like that. And in many ways, the entire Pakistani team is seen as a novelty for the Indians and for Indian fans coming up because we don't play each other that often. I think the contest between Shaheen Afridi and the Indian openers, Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul would be watched with great interest. Because he's that express type of bowler that everyone wants to, everyone thinks holds the key. Babar Azam, we've seen, we know what kind of a player that he is, and Mohammad Rizwan's success in the PSL and in this format particularly tells you that, just the fact that Pakistan don't play India often, it doesn't mean that their players are not growing and developing as real T20 experts. I mean, the tragedy of the IPL in some parts is that no Pakistani takes part in it because it's really, you don't get the players, you don't get to see these incredible talents. And Pakistan plays a lot more domestic cricket, a lot more cricket in the UAE and in Dubai and in all these grounds than any other team. So it's a really tantalizing prospect that we are coming up with tomorrow, Rika.
Sharda, if there's one reason I missed 2008 IPL, it is because of the presence of the Pakistanis in the league and the kind of performances they delivered. And let me also tell our viewers, when we talk about Mohammad Rizwan, he is the seventh batsman in the top 10 list of T20 batters, which is put out by ICC. Sharda, also let's have a look at the Indian game changers. At my own peril, I have left out Virat Kohli. Please don't ask me about Virat Kohli. Of course, he's been the most dominating batsman against India. But these are the three that I have put out: Jasprit Bumrah, KL Rahul and Ravindra Jadeja.
The choice of KL Rahul over Virat Kohli, if you're looking at it, I think out of it's a courageous one, Rika, let me say. Out of panic, I think everyone will just quietly put Kohli ahead of Jadeja. But it's a fair choice. It's a fair call. I wouldn't argue with it per se as much. I would maybe sort of say maybe Rohit Sharma as well because of his sort of sense of presence and of the occasion. And again, we are looking at, I would possibly instead of Jadeja, I would try Varun Chakravarti. I would put his name there because he's seen as the mystery man in the mix. And you want to know how the Pakistani batsman will go against that. I mean, Bumrah is just a no-brainer call to be having.
Absolutely.
So maybe Varun Chakravarti, again, because of the novelty factor that we don't play Pakistan often and they don't get a chance to play the Indian bowlers, the Pakistani batsmen. And so fingers crossed now for tomorrow. And it's Dubai and, who knows how it will turn out. It's a wicket for the paceman. Chasing here is better, etc., etc.
Sanchit, I have put out 6 players as potential game changers. Could you pick yours as a fan from both the sides?
All right. So from Pakistan, I do agree 100% with the list. Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan and Shaheen Afridi. I think these three are going to be the threat for Indian batting lineup, and also bowling lineup as well. I do really like the potential of Babar and Rizwan opening the innings because I think they have a stellar of a record. So it would be interesting with the addition of Fakhar Zaman into the 11, whether Babar Azam would be batting at number 3 and we see Fakhar Zaman opening. That would be a thing to watch out for. But when it comes to India, I know that it's a bit on emotional basis. I'll say that Virat Kohli will be in my pick just because he loves this big occasion. And I know that he's not had a good run in terms of his expectation that is considered. But if you look at his record against Pakistan, and especially in this format, I think he hasn't got dismissed against Pakistan in the T20 World Cup since the time that he played against Pakistan in this tournament. So maybe that's the reason why I'll have Virat Kohli ahead of Jadeja, just because he loves this big occasion, and I'm expecting him to deliver and come back into form right at the start of the tournament.
No one can leave out Virat Kohli. That was, as Sharda said, a courageous, call on my part to leave Virat Kohli out. I'm also joined by Shahid Hashmi, the sports head of ARY News. Shahid is at Ground Zero, which means he is in Dubai. He's going to be watching the contest live. Welcome to the show. Where Babar Azam said that records are meant to be broken. This is a young Pakistani side. Most of them have not played against India. Would you say then that they are going to go out uninhibited on the match day?
Rika, they will have to. They will have to, because this is a very young side, and I would feel that ignorance is bliss for them. If you ask Rizwan, he was playing Kyle Jamieson in New Zealand. He had played Kyle Jamieson 2 years ago for Pakistan in Abu Dhabi, but he didn't know the name. He didn't know the guy. So ignorance is bliss for all these young players, and when they enter Dubai Stadium tomorrow, they will not think about the record, 7 50 overs games, 5 T20 games. They will have to forget and put that aside. And as Babar Azam put that, he said that if we think about the past record, we won't be able to play. So they'll have to put that behind them and play that game as a very new game. And these youngsters are quite familiar of doing all these things.
I think that's the dangerous bit, that they have no baggage on them. They're going to come out uninhibited. The rivalry resumes after 3 years. Shahid, what kind of awards have been announced for the team if they win this match against India?
Well, it was total madness before we came here in Pakistan. One businessman said that here is a blank check. If you beat India, put the amount on that blank check. And Prime Minister wanted Pakistan to win against India. This is not the only game. They have 4 more games after that. And the final, I am predicting that final will be between India and Pakistan.
Well, Sharda, both captains prefer to play the line, it's just a game. But because we do not get to see so many India-Pakistan matches, does this become a tad more special, India versus Pakistan this time around?
First of all, it's great to have Shahid by the other end of the line. We rarely get to see each other, so thanks, Rita. It is always a special match because of the history that it contains. And I think because of a lot of the sort of emotions that are attached to it. And I know that the cricketers are able to handle this much better than the spectators can. I think people must also be reminded, maybe I should not be saying this at this time, is that the last time India and Pakistan played in an ICC final, India was not the team that won. This was in the Champions Trophy in 2017. So everyone's counting sort of the 12 matches of those 2 World Cups, but there is another tournament that's happened in the middle. We shouldn't forget that. That was at a neutral venue as well in England. And I think you can't sort of take away from the magic and the fun that it is there. A lot of the, all the craziness that happens around it. I think
right.
Sort of separated from it in some ways. They are away from it, but you can't take away from the craziness. I have very logical, sane fans and very objective and reasoned and mature, and they go mad when it comes to India and Pakistan. They cannot have a conversation with me properly. I can be quite detached, they cannot be. So you have to appreciate it and say, okay, this is it doesn't happen every time, but this is just us. This is who we are, both India and Pakistan, the same kind of crazy.
Absolutely. And, after the game, there will be the players mixing with each other, probably a lot of them talking in Punjabi. It's just the rivalry on the field which is enticing, which is mouth-watering. Shahid Bhai, coming back to you, there's been a lot of talk about rivalries, in the meantime. Well, India has not played Pakistan. There's been a talk that India-Australia rivalry is perhaps now more keenly watched than India-Pakistan. In the meantime, has Pakistan found a rival in the absence of India versus Pakistan matches?
Well, it has not happened as yet because India is top 4. So Australia would love to play India. The amount of money in television rights, Australia, England, they would always die to play against India. But there are no such things as far as Pakistan is concerned. And that is why Ramiz Raja is saying that Pakistan need to be lifting themselves to the top of the ranking. Otherwise, it's not survival. And you only create rivalries when you are among the top 3 countries of the cricketing world. And that's what India has done. India has money. They put all the money in ICC's coffers to hold international cricket. And luckily, they are now in the top 3 in all 3 formats. And that's what needed by Pakistan as well. And Ramiz Raja is doing. He's a cricketer, a straightforward man, used to play with a straight bat. He's playing with Imran Khan's bat. The same manner in which Imran Khan is leading the country. So definitely he will try his level best to lift Pakistan cricket and the Pakistan cricket team to top 3. And then only you will create rivalries.
One final question I have to ask you, because you're in Dubai at Ground Zero. I heard tickets are being sold for 49,000 Indian rupees. Give us a real sense of what's happening out there.
It's total madness, Sarika, total madness. People coming from UK, they are calling, they are ready to buy a ticket worth £1,500, £2,000, whatever be the amount. 3 of my cousins are descending early morning tomorrow from US. They said that they have kept $3,000 per ticket as their budget. They are wealthy people, so they can buy tickets, but it's total madness. And I'm telling everyone that wait for the final, because the final will also be against India as well.
Wow, we will leave you with that thought. Shahid Hashmi says that it will perhaps be an India versus Pakistan final in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Thank you very much, Sharda, Shahid and Sanchit for joining me on the show this evening.